Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a book review for The City of Dusk by Tara Sim. And this is the first in a new dark fantasy trilogy called The Dark Gods Trilogy. And this book was just recently published on March 22nd by Orbit Books. And I was given a copy for review from NetGalley, so thank you to the publishers and NetGalley so that I can give you my thoughts on this book, and I have a lot of them. So the City of Dusk has 4 noble houses, and each house has a special kind of power or magic, and the heirs of each house make an alliance to bring the gods' favor back to the kingdom, because there will be great consequences if they do not. I loved how dark this fantasy novel was. It had a lot of dark magic, like necromancy, bone magic, shadow magic. It also had fantastic action and a lot of political intrigue, which is always a plus in my book. I didn't love everything about this book. For me, there were a lot of characters to keep track of, and I had trouble keeping track of who was who for a while reading the book, but it did get easier as I read on. Plus, another thing is this book is very long, and it took me almost a month to read this book with my reading style of reading several books at once. So that might be something to keep in mind if you are thinking of reading this book, to give yourself quite a bit of time to get through it. But I do think it is worth it, because the magic system with the 4 houses and the different kinds of magic, like life magic, death magic, light magic, shadow magic, that was all really great and brought some very fantastic visuals while reading, picture in my head. Also, the religion in this book, it was really cool, with these old gods that help bring them their powers, and the connection with the gods is getting less and less, and they have to find a way to get the connection back with their gods. It was very interesting, and the politics with the heirs of each house and what is expected of them, and some of the wheeling and dealings in the kingdom. Very, very interesting. That's always something that I love in fantasy. One thing that I have heard about this book is that people think that it's actually YA. I know that Tara Sim usually writes YA, and this is her first adult dark fantasy book, and I can see what people are saying, because the heirs to each house, they're on the younger side. They are dealing with their parents, what is expected of them in a family, that kind of thing. Could seem YA, but they didn't come across as teenagers to me. They seemed a bit older, and I thought this was a pretty adult book, although they did talk like millennials, which is kind of bizarre in a fantasy book. I didn't think it seemed overly YA, and I would recommend this book to fans of fantasy, especially dark fantasy, or want a dark edge to their fantasy books with great diverse characters and really fascinating magic system. Then this book might be for you. Let me know if you've heard of this book. Are you planning on reading it? If you've read it already, what did you think? And I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.